Good morning, students. How are you? I'm sure you are in good health. Today, we are coming to the third lesson of geography, that is, physiography and drainage. In this lesson, we too are going to deal with two countries, that is, India and Brazil. Please keep in mind, students, throughout the 10th standard, there are the two countries which we are going to deal with, that is India and Brazil. So today we are going to deal with India and Brazil in the relation with physiography and drainage. But today in today's lesson, I am going to deal only with the physiography part, and the next lesson will contain the drainage part of India and Brazil. Okay, so let us start with the lesson. Physiography means the topography, what are the things in the physiography, like mountains, rivers, valleys, and all those things come in the physiography aspect of India. We see the previous chapter, we saw the location and extent of India and Brazil. Today we are going to see the physiography. Here you can see the map of India, physical map of India. Okay, there you can see it is given, altitude scale is given, 8,000, 6,000, 4,500, 3,000, 1,500, 1,600, 200, 150, 0 sea level. And this is the coloring marked over there. According to this color, you have to this one. And these are the questions which are given to us. Like for example, read out some questions. Remaining questions you have to see in the textbook. Observe the map given in figure 3.1 and answer the following questions. In which direction does the region with an altitude of more than 6,000 meter lie in India? 6,000 meter lie in India. You have to see 6,000 meter. Almost you will get this area. You will get, okay, 6,000 meters. Then look for the south flowing river in the peninsular region. In which river basin does it lie? In which direction is the slope of the region in the north shown in dark green? Make a list of plateaus located in between Aravalli Ranges and Chotanagpur Plateau. Name the peak shown in the Eastern Ghats. Which mountains demarcate the deep plains of Brahmaputra? Next question is, give the relative location of the Nilgiri Hills. In which direction does the height of the Sahyadri Hills increase? The Vindhyas act as water divide between which two river basins? Observe figure 3.2 and answer the following question. What is the range of the altitude of Amazon River Basin? Between which two highlands is the Amazon River Basin located? Then observe the region with the altitude 500 to 1000 meters. Describe the locational extent of this region shown in yellow with reference to direction. What do the isolated regions show in yellow indicate? Besides the Amazon River Basin, where else do you find regions with an altitude of less than 200 meters? Describe the plateau regions with height of 200 to 500 meter through which tributaries of Amazon. How in your own words? Okay, physical, Brazil physical, that is given. You can see 1,000, 500, 200, 0, minus 200 and minus 2,000, and the swampy land. So based on this, you have to find out the questions. This is Amazon River. Next we come here. Okay, geographical explanation. India. Figure 3.1 shows, okay, this one, as I spoke to you previous one. Figure 3.1, this one, okay. Figure 3.1 shows the physiography of India. The country is divided into 5 major physiographic divisions: the Himalayas, the North Indian plains, the peninsula, coastal plains, and island groups. Again, keep in mind 5 major physiographic divisions of India. That is the Himalayas, the North Indian plains, the peninsula, coastal plains, and island groups. Now we shall see about Himalayas. Everyone know Himalayas are there, which are standing as a boundary, okay, a block for the other countries to enter India. It is like a block which is blocking everyone to enter, and it is full of snow, so it becomes very difficult for one to cross the Himalayas. And you know, Himalayas are the youngest fold mountains, we have seen in the previous lesson. The Himalayas is one of the young fold mountains in the world. The Himalayas extend from Pamir Knot in Tajikistan to the east. It is a major mountain system of the Asian continent. Okay. In India, it extends from Jammu and Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh. The Himalayas is not a single mountain range. There are many parallel ranges in the system. The southernmost is known as Sivaliks. It is also the youngest range. Next to Sivaliks are Lesser Himalayas, Greater Himalayas, Himadri, and Trans Himalayas range from south to north. These ranges are young to old respectively. What are there? First is next to Sivaliks here, Lesser Himalayas, Greater Himalayas, that is Himadri, and Trans Himalayan ranges. These mountain ranges are also divided into Western Himalayas, okay, or Kashmir Himalayas, Central Himalayas or Kumaon Himalayas, and Eastern Himalayas as or Assam Himalayas. Even Greater Himalaya, we have the Lesser Himalayas, Greater Himalayas, and Trans Himalayas, and these Himalayas are divided into Western Himalayas, Central Himalayas, and Eastern Himalayas. After Himalayas, we come to the North Indian Plains. This division lies between Himalaya mountains in the north and the peninsula in the south. Similarly, it extends from Rajasthan and Punjab in the west to Assam in the east. It is mostly a flat, low-lying area. The North Indian plains are divided into two parts. The part lying to the east of the Aravallis is the basin of the river Ganga and is therefore known as the Ganga Plains. It slopes eastward. Most of the West Bengal state of India and Bangladesh together constitute the delta of Ganga-Brahmaputra system. It is known as Sundarbans. It is considered to be the world's largest delta. Okay, figures 3.3 you will see how the delta is from the North Indian plains. Okay, this is the delta which is from the image of Sundarbans delta. The western part of the North Indian plain is occupied by desert. It is also known as Thar desert or Marusthali. Most of Rajasthan is occupied by this desert. To the north of the desert lie the plains of Punjab. This region is spread to the west of Aravallis and Delhi ranges. These plains have formed as a result of the depositional work by river Sutlej and its tributaries. The slope of the plains is towards the west. Because the soil here is very fertile, agriculture is largely practiced in this region. Next comes the peninsula. We are going to the third one, that is the peninsula. The area lying to the south of North Indian plains and tapering towards the North Indian Ocean is called Indian Peninsula. Okay, the down part which is there, no? Okay. Upper part is there, okay, lying to the south of the northern Indian plains. Okay, it's lying to the south of the northern Indian plains and tapering towards the Indian Ocean is called Indian Peninsula. It consists of many plateaus and hill ranges. The Aravallis in the north are the oldest fold mountain here. It includes a series of plateaus bordering the plains, Vindhyas and Satputas ranges in the central part and the hilly regions of western and eastern Ghats. On the basis of figure 3.1, answer the following questions. In which direction do Aravalli lie? Aravalli ranges act as a water divide between which rivers? They name the hills located on the plateaus to the east to the east of Aravallis. East is spelling not eat but east. Across which states has the Deccan Plateau spread? Which hill ranges lie to the west of the Deccan Plateau? Enumerate the characteristics of the Western Ghats. Compare the eastern and the western Ghats. What are the Western Ghats called? Why are the Western Ghats called a water divide? Then the coastal plains. India is blessed with a long coastline extending for far approximately 7,500 km. It lies to the western and eastern part of the peninsula. Its western and eastern coastlines show remarkable dissimilarities. The western coast borders the Arabian Sea. It is by and large a rocky coast. At places, spurs taking off from the Western Ghats have extended right up to the coast. Its width is also less. Rivers originating from Western Ghats are short and swift, and hence they form estuaries and not deltas. The eastern coast borders the Bay of Bengal. It has formed as a result of depositional work of rivers. Many east flowing rivers using from the western and eastern Ghats meet this coast. Because of the gentle slope of the land, rivers flow at lower velocities and deposit the sediments brought with them at the coast. As a result, deltas are found along this coast. Coastal plains, I have already showed to you. This is called the whole coastal area. Coastal plains, okay? This is the coastal area. Then, the island group. India has many small and large islands along the coast of the mainland. These are included in the coastal island group. Besides, India has two large group of islands, one each in the Arabian Sea and in the Bay of Bengal. The island in the Arabian Sea are known as Lakshadweep, whereas the island in the Bay of Bengal are called the Andaman and Nicobar Island. Most of the islands in Lakshadweep are atoll islands, okay, small they are small in extent and not very high, small islands in the Andaman group are mainly volcanic islands. They are large with hills in their interior parts of and their hills in their interior parts of include an island called Barren Island, which has the only active volcano. Okay. In India there are atolls in the Nicobar group too. This we saw about India. Now we go to Brazil. Okay, we shall see about Brazil. Let us concentrate about Brazil. Even a cursory look at the map will make you realize that a large part of Brazil is occupied by highlands, plateaus, and small mountains. There are no very high and long extending mountains in the country, except for the northern Amazon basin and in southwest along the upper parts of Paraguay basin. There are no wide plains in the country. Even the coastal plains are restricted in their expanse. The physiographic division of Brazil are as follows. Now, as India physiographic division was there, so we have Brazil. Now, Brazil we have highlands, the great escarpment, the coastal region, the plains, and the island groups. The highlands, we shall take the highlands. Okay. The southern Brazil is occupied by an extensive plateau. It is differently described as Brazilian highlands or Brazilian shield or Brazilian plateau. Brazilians and Guiana highlands together form the core of Southern American continent. The main part of the Guiana highland is in Venezuela and it extends okay, where is it? Guiana in Brazil. It covers the states of Roraima. Okay. Extends up to French Guiana. Brazil it covers the states of Roraima, Para, and Amapá in the north. The lower part of these islands is found in Brazil, but the highest peak of Brazil, Pico de Nebula, is 314 m high and lies on the border between Brazil and Venezuela. The regions to the east and south of the Brazilian highlands have an altitude of more than 1000 meters, but in other parts, the altitude is between 500 to 1000 meters. The highlands gradually slope towards north and slopes are not very steep. The tributaries of Amazon flowing through this region make rapids and waterfalls. Towards the north, the slopes are steep but not abrupt. A number of rivers take off from the terminal portion of the highlands and flow towards northwards to meet Atlantic Ocean. Some major rivers like Uruguay, Paraguay, and Parana originate from the southern slopes of the highlands and enter Argentina. It slopes towards the east in steep and it appears in the form of an escarpment. Remaining part we shall learn in the next point. Okay, the great escarpment we will see afterwards. Thank you.